Looking at this tablet, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can see, but the scene... Oh, there's the scene switched. Ham, we're live.
There we go. Hello.
There we are. All right, then. So I'm joined by Ham, who you've definitely seen on stream before, and Vitalis.
So, hello. I have my microphone.
Is that, you've got your own microphone? Oh, wow. We've actually gotten 3 microphones today. This is a step up from yesterday. Can we get some PogChamps in the chat, please? All right. So... first up, we're going to ask you a few questions, and for those that don't know, Vitalis is the composer for some of the music we were just listening to that was playing on the stream. All right, before we get into questions about the music, you're here at the studio. Welcome.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. What did you think? So, what were your expectations of coming to the studio?
My expectations, yeah, I think I wanna, see you guys here, see the community, and my expectation was also to see the best players here. I never saw them before, and that's a great chance also to support you guys here, and it's great what you do, and I love it. Thanks for that.
Cool. Cheers. When you arrived, were you surprised, or did you know it was going to look like this?
To be honest, yeah, I was a little bit surprised because I saw the Discord pictures, and never thought that you do that amazing job in only I don't know 3-4 days, and yeah, I was surprised.
Cool. Well, that's good to hear.
So, how did you actually get into making music?
Yeah, that's a long story, but I make it shorter. That start, I was 13, and I remember that key experience with the music teacher. He started a band project, and yeah, the standard instruments like drums, we have a guitar, we have a bass, and then piano and or keyboard. And of course, the mostly of them at the class want to play at the drums. And I thought about, okay, why not to try with a piano? And I remember the melody was Phil Collins.
Of course, Phil Collins. Of course.
What was the song?
Tonight.
Yeah, another day. Another day in paradise. Yeah, that was my first.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was a good start. And after that, of course, meanwhile I play other instruments too. But that was my experience and how I come to the music.
Yeah, so drums, that was your first instrument. That's surprising, is that right?
Not the drums, the piano. Okay. But meanwhile, also drums or guitar, it's also okay.
I was going to say, I felt like drums is quite different to what you are making for Age of Empires. Yeah, the music that's, no drums there, that I'm aware of.
I mean, I really didn't expect your inspiration for Age of Empires to come from Phil Collins.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, everybody knows. Yeah.
That. I'm just thinking of the Cadbury's ad.
So if you hear the melody in the background, you know.
I want to make music. This sounds cool.
Do you make the music for all of the Age of Empires games?
The DLCs, yes. And the main themes, when you remember, for example, the Rise of the Rajas or the African Kingdom, the main music. But also for Rise of the Rajas, the in-game music, the 3 additional tracks. That was the first time, where I composed some in-game music. Yeah.
Well, I got to ask, how old were you when you first discovered Age of Empires?
Sorry, once again.
How old were you when you first discovered
AoE? How old I was? I was a child, for sure.
For me, Age of Empires has been in my life for as long as I can remember. If someone asked me to put an age, like I wouldn't know how old I was.
Same to me,
same
yeah.
here, same here.
But I remember it was H1 demo.
The original. the OG.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was that, Windows 95 or
Something like
98?
that,
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay, this is a true story, right? I first discovered that you could put games into CD players, like the Walkmans, right? One night I was like, oh, I just want to listen to something, and I never played Age of Empires, but I had the disc, so I put it in this CD player I had, and I actually fell asleep to the soundtrack of Age of Empires. But as sad as that is, but you know, it was
Ham's Lullaby, the Age of Empires 2 soundtrack.
I love this music. That's when I first discovered Age of Empires, and then I actually played the game, and I was like, oh.
So you're making music for the expansions, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Who approached you? Who asked you to do that? Who got you involved making music for Age of Empires?
Yeah, that was a friend of mine. He was active in the Age of Empires community, and at the same time, Bert was looking for some musicians, or for a musician, composer, and he asked Bert, hey, I know a guy, he can play a little bit piano or something, just get in contact with them, and here I am. That was
I really wish we had a guitar here, but we don't.
Yeah.
That would be awesome if I could hand that over to you.
Could you sing for us?
Yeah, sing for us instead.
Oh, I'm not a good singer, really.
Just instruments.
Without Melodyne, no.
So Age of Empires, certainly you've been doing music for, but do you do anything else? Are you involved with other games musically?
Yes, but nothing which, we need to note that some indie games and, oh, I'm here, yes, okay. Indie games and then only commercials, for example.
Yeah, okay.
Age of Empires was the first game.
I think the final question then, before we throw it back to the Age of Empires, we've got to ask this. Is there anything you're working on currently that you can tell us about?
I am not allowed to answer that question.
Thank you. That was the answer. I just can say that I still working with Forgotten Empires, and we are still working on the games.
All right, then. I think we'll leave it there. All right, then.
And thanks.
We're going to throw it back to the GoPro, the footage of the studio, and then after that, we're going to get into the Age of Empires action. We're going to have it all set back up and ready to go. But let's do a quick recap of